Live coverage of the Guaranteed Rate Elite at Lake Champlain is sponsored by Toyota.
Semi-finals Saturday here in the 518. That's right, Plattsburgh, New York, the home of the Guaranteed Rate Bassmaster Elite at Lake Champlain. Want to welcome everybody into our continued coverage here on Bassmaster.com. I hope everyone's enjoyed an incredible morning on FS1, but look at our leaderboard. That our day two leader, Brian Schmidt, at 59 pounds, 8 ounces. Right behind him, Chris Zaldain with 58.7. Lee Livesey in third place with 57 pounds, 7 ounces. And the battle and the chat all week long has been, we need the sun. If the sun shines here in New York, the great state of New York, which just happens to be the host to our final 2 events, the 2021 season here on Lake Champlain, and then, of course, the Thousand Islands next week. But when the sun shines in this part of the world, the fish bite. The sun has shined in a big way here on Lake Champlain today. It is a beautiful day. There is a full-blown regatta broken out, Davey Height. It is a beautiful day for a regatta, but it's an even nicer day for a Bassmaster Elite Series event.
Yeah, absolutely. A beautiful day to do whatever you want to do outside around Lake Champlain. But we have 45 anglers out there that have one mission on their minds, and that is to try to hold that blue trophy up tomorrow. We'll cut to 10 tomorrow. But like you said, a lot of these anglers were wishing for sunshine, and you better watch what you wish for. Some of these anglers are saying, wow, these largemouth bit a whole lot better when we had some clouds. The smallmouth fishing should get better and better as the day progresses, but the largemouth seem to be a little more wary now that the sun is out.
Well, let's jump into our Toyota midday report and see what's been happening here today on this incredible body of water. They said they needed the sun. When the sun shines, they bite so much better. But for our tournament leader, Brian Schmidt, that just simply has not been the case.
A lot slower day for Brian Schmidt today. He's one of the anglers been catching several really good largemouth to help his stringer. A few smallmouth that go in there also. A lot tougher for him. You see there with a very small fish. By about mid-morning every day, he's had 17, 18 pounds, and he is behind that today. Also, although things have picked up for him here just in the last 30 minutes, he did regain the lead.
Well, you know, sweet victories. Caleb Summerall took a dinner from the Johnston brothers last night. The Johnston brothers tried to hustle them a little bit with a dinner bet, you know, day 2, a smallmouth derby. Well, they absolutely delivered. Caleb Summerall being one of those guys, but a little tougher today, it seems.
A little tougher for him. You see him fishing for both largemouth and smallmouth. The big issue with Caleb this morning, he lost a couple fish that would have helped him so much. And it just, when you get those quality fish on the 3.5 to 4, maybe even a 4.5 pounder, you have to put them in the boat. He's been able to put some of these 2.5 to 3 pound fish in the boat, but some of these bigger fish he has had a difficult time with this morning. We all love the top water fish. It is fun, but man, when you get smallmouth on top water lures, you're going to lose a few of them. Here we go. This fish right here, look how fun that is. I mean, just look how fun that is, but not real fun when they come off and you're in a tournament. If you're just fun fishing, sure. But when you're in a tournament and the way things are as tight as they are in this event, you just can't afford to lose those fish.
You know, that Lake Champlain dinner, pool room hustle I talked about, it wasn't just Caleb. It was his roommate, Lee Livesey, who also cashed in on that bet. Both these guys, man, their careers really coming together, not just Southern anglers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Lee Livesey is known around Lake Fork. He's known in Texas. Last year, a lot of people around Lake Chickamauga learned who Lee Livesey is. He is a well-rounded angler, but maybe tried to do some things when he came up north with a smallmouth, maybe spent a little too much time with just largemouth. But, man, you can tell Caleb and Lee have both learned a lot, and they are much better anglers here this week than they have been in the past.
If you look at what he's done in the last 12 months, he's won 2 Elite Series events and weighed in the 3rd biggest bag in Bassmaster history. It's unbelievable what Lee Livesey's doing, and I think almost silently, like when you stop and say that, it doesn't seem like there's enough hype around him.
It doesn't, and this week he's just been right up there in the top 5. Yesterday he was in top 5 all day long, and we just didn't talk about him a whole lot.
Let's get Zaldain, Chris. Chris Zaldain once again knocking at the door, desperately wants that big blue trophy.
Well, things were very different for Chris this morning with the sun coming out. He had schooling fish that were up schooling on those alewives that were spawning on the surface, and the birds were diving, and he could just go to those birds. This morning when he got there, the sun was high in the sky. It had been bright for an hour and a half. and that was not happening. But I really thought this would happen for Chris. He turned to plan B. He's fishing the cover, the isolated boulders, the isolated patches of grass, and he's been able to catch them almost as well as yesterday, doing a lot better than the rest of the field, keeping up with the numbers, and that's why he has been able to move up to second place. It's had the lead most of the morning, but it's currently showing in second place.
Little insider news. I mean, Zelde may just have needed to slow down. Me and his camera guy joked this morning on the dock. He rolled his ankle, and ever since then, he's caught him better. You know, he's just maybe not running around like the Tasmanian devil quite as much. But things change quick here on Lake Champlain, and in the last 20 minutes, Brian Schmidt has made a big charge, as we saw on our leaderboard.
This is moments ago for Brian Schmidt. Looks like a good fish here. He's one of the anglers fishing those isolated targets like clumps of grass and rocks all week long. He gets better as the day progresses. These fish seem to set up on these different types of cover as the day moves on. There's a largemouth.
That'll help.
Solid largemouth there. I'm not sure that one will help him, but.
Oh, he wasn't done. Don't worry. The Schmidt has got plans for this whole derby. Another guy that don't let last year reflect on the angler he is.
I mean, I got to get him out there. It's a good one, dude. I mean, a good one. Come on, baby girl. It's a good one here. That's a real good one. Come on, get out there. Oh, baby. Please get your big head off that bottom. Got your big butt. Whew. Piece by piece, bro.
I want to scream at him, get it in the boat.
Almost
yeah.
come here.
I think it's a better idea to unhook those fish over the gunnel inside the boat rather than on the outside. But
after a slow morning, wow, things change quick in a hurry here on Lake Champlain. And
oh my. Oh my, I guess that's one way to weigh your 5 fish. Don't worry about adding them all up. Just do it all at once.
My next life, when I'm a little baby, I want that to be my mobile. That, you know, in my crib, that just that was beautiful.
In a good way. Wasn't too happy for a while, and I'm happy again. I love the lake again. We got a nice little bag of fish. We caught a 4-pounder and I don't know, 3-something. We got a nice little day going. So the bottom line is we got one 2.5-pounder that we need to get rid of. And so right now it's decisions, you know, and we're gonna rerun the best stuff I have for largemouth one time, and then we're out. We're going smallmouth fishing, and that's gonna be that. I mean, we need a big bite, you know, and the other 4 largemouth that I got, they're gonna be hard. They're gonna be hard to replace. So that's the plan. I'm happy, you know. We can't let up. If we got, you know, we got the start now that it could be a really good tournament if we could just finish this day out strong and then make the right moves tomorrow. So stay tuned. We're gonna We're gonna retie a bunch of stuff here in a second, and then we're gonna start running around like crazy, man, and just see what we could come up with. But you know, this particular place I'm on now, I haven't even been to. You know, I wasn't even gonna come to it. I've caught some on it before, and really got the biggest bite that I've ever caught off of this particular place ever. So, you know, once again, some good things are happening. I hate to keep saying, I really wish I didn't break that one off earlier. I know what it was, but everybody deals with that, and it's how we finish out this day is going to tell the tale.
Wow, what a charge by Schmidt. And one thing's official for me. I mean, if I ever get a job in NASCAR, I mean, if I ever get to drive the car, I mean, I think I'm a little large for it, but if I ever get that job, I want him to be my crew chief. I mean, I just get calm listening to him talk. And man, Brian Schmidt put on an absolute show here in the last few minutes. Unbelievable how quick things change. As we go to break, a special shout out to Clint Davis. Had successful surgery yesterday. We look forward to seeing him back on the Elite Series and wish him a speedy recovery. We'll be right back.
The Yamaha VMAX V6 SHO continues to deliver the level of performance that pro bass and multi-species anglers demand. Underneath a bold and aggressive new look, an upgraded charging system with 40% more charging power meets the amped-up demand for today's advanced electronics. The VMAX SHO, raw power, reliability, and exhilarating performance for every angler who loves the sport enough to invest in the best. Yamaha, reliability starts here.
Put your strategy to the test. Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing fans, get ready for another exciting game. The brand new Mercury Drain the Lake game is a survivor pool of the entire Elite Series roster. Fans choose 8 anglers for their team with only one restriction. Once you select an angler, they're unavailable the rest of the season. Grand prize winner receives a fishing trip of a lifetime with